Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And you must be having a question like, what is JavaScript? Like, we are doing it, we did all of these things, like, we did this all things in the last video, we sent the code, but like, what is it? You must be asking. So, I can give you a complex definition of JavaScript. So, what JavaScript is a programming language. What kind of programming language is it? It's a scripting programming language, right? So you can see it here. JavaScript is a dynamic programming language that is used for web development. So if you want to do web development, then JavaScript is the language. And basically, how can you write JavaScript? You must be thinking that, okay, Abhi, we understood that it's a programming language, but how do you see it? So this is, let's say this is a website, right? This one. JavaScript is used to make this website, but how do you use it? So to use JavaScript, you need HTML and CSS. So I'll give you a really good example of what HTML, CSS and JavaScript is and how they are used together. So you see, this is our human skeleton, right? Let's say you and me. So this is our skeleton, which is just skeleton without any muscle, body, anything. It's just skeleton, all bones. So this is the HTML. So HTML is the body, like, the base, raw thing, like the skeleton. This is HTML. And what is CSS? This one, this guy here. So this was the skeleton. You put some muscles on it, some hair, like clothing, some pants, and you see, you got the styling. So this was a skeleton, raw skeleton, and you got some styling on it. Now he looks smart. This is called CSS. So you put some CSS on HTML. But this guy, it's like a statue. When you go to a shopping mall and you see those statues, like the showcase is where they see what kind of dresses they are wearing and showing it to us. But that doesn't have a brain. That statue cannot move. It's like that statue. So this guy doesn't have a brain. It has all these things you can see from outside, but inside it's nothing. What is that? That's JavaScript. This is the person. It has all those nerves, brains and everything of the body, this body. So JavaScript is the brain of us. Like, if you think ourselves, then our brain is JavaScript. We are like, our brain is JavaScript. Because of JavaScript, we can move our hand, everything. Like, that's just an example, a metaphor, like what JavaScript is in terms of human body. I'll show you one really cool example again. Like, when you build a home, let's say you build a home, right? You build a home, and inside that home, first you start with, like you start with the bricks, everything, and you start build a raw home, nothing, no furniture in it. Then slowly start putting furniture in it. You start putting the connections. So what you do, you go and you put a light bulb, then you put a refrigerator, a TV. But it's of no use if you don't have the connections. So when you turn on the switch, TV should turn on, or the light should turn on, or the fan should turn on. So when you turn on that switch and that light turn on, that is the JavaScript, the connectivity. The brain behind working of anything is JavaScript. I'll give you an example. So I found this on W3 Schools. So the light bulb. So you see, there are two buttons here. This one and this. There are two buttons, and this is the bulb. What is this? This is the HTML and CSS, nothing more. This is also HTML, CSS. When you click this, turn on. You see, it got yellow. This is the JavaScript. So how it got changed, the logic behind anything is JavaScript. And if you click on this thing, it's turned on. So the logic, I'll tell you the logic, how it actually works later on in the videos. But right now, it says turn off the light. If you click it, it goes turn off. Why? Because we wrote some JavaScript code behind this. So that's all JavaScript is. If you turn off, turn on, turn off, this is JavaScript. So JavaScript can change a property of a bulb. So this bulb has two properties, that it should show either yellow color or this color which is showing right now, no color. But it only shows yellow color if this button is clicked. But if this button is clicked, then show the previous color. Then you see, this shows. This is the logic. It's a simple logic, but imagine this big logic working in this website right now, even in your computer. Like when you click this thing should show up. Or if you scroll down, then all these things are showing up. This is all JavaScript. All of them are JavaScript. So that's pretty much it. And that's what we did in our last video. We were writing code. JavaScript is a programming language. You It's a language through which you can talk to computer, right? Machine. That's all. In the next video we'll learn more about variables and other stuff. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and wait for my next video, and happy learning.